That'd be amazing if you just this big loop.
Anybody see this Civil War Man show?
Yeah.
Ever seen?
Yeah.
What's it? Civil War Man? You see the Civil War Man?
Underoos?
Did we find out why he's calling him Underoos?
No. Dan and Rob, didn't you write a movie called Civil War Land? Or
yeah, but that's
it wasn't ours.
yeah.
Who's Civil War Man in the movie?
John.
Rob, do you go? Okay, let's. Who considers himself the sort of
Guess.
You're a solid.
Yeah. Here we go.
Feet on the earth, you went to see Civil War and you liked it, and you're a big Marvel guy, and like you just kind of
here.
There's no shortage.
I think the hand that went up first was over here. Why don't you come up? Are you willing to come up? I forgot to ask. Are you willing to come up? All right. So we got a Civil War movie.
What is your name, sir?
Ben.
Ben?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
Ben. All right, so no spoilers. A lot
Tell
of us
us the
haven't seen
entire
it.
movie.
But there probably aren't any spoilers to have, right? I mean, they're just superheroes. They're super in the beginning. They stay relatively super.
Is he called Underoos in the beginning of the movie, and then he goes, actually, it's Spider-Man. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I must have, while the car was driving by, I heard Underoos. That's so weird. Everybody is. I'm so embarrassed. I gotta change my phone now. Your name in the phone.
All right, he's hung up on the Underoos thing.
I am.
I
It's
can talk
weird.
about it.
And
Yeah,
then,
sure.
And then some kids are playing with a Captain America toy while Black Panther's running through the garage. Right?
Wait, what? When were they playing with a toy?
You know when they're running through the garage, Black Panther? It's in the trailer.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
that.
assuming that scene is still in the movie, right? Okay, so Black Panther and Captain America are running through the garage, and then there's like a family in a minivan or whatever. The mom and dad are talking or something like that.
Before it goes off the top of it, crash.
Well, but why? But Rob, why wouldn't there be toys in a universe where people actually existed? When they're
I guess they have firefighters.
wait, the firefighter toys? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that because we don't have firefighter action figures, which we do.
No. I'm saying
Oh, okay.
I'm agreeing
Yeah.
with you.
So
Okay.
Okay, well, that's been around since the 80s, the idea that people, like, that the...
Army men?
That's the meta concept of, like, oh, if there's in a sequel, the people
Army
exist
men.
in the real world, and then they have the toys, the merchandising.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
It happens in, like, every fucking, like...
Name two.
I don't know, man, like, it... I can't. Okay, I mean, I know I can name one, but there'd be like a 5-minute gap, and everyone would get up and leave.
Then don't.
It's Ben. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So a good movie, Civil War.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've seen it twice now.
Whose side are you on?
Well, I'm always on the side of Captain America because he generally has the most like straightforward logic. Like Iron Man is a little bit more selfish. You know, he's out for a lot more his own agenda type of thing. So yeah, he agrees. But I have to say the first time I saw Civil War, I saw it in this thing, 4DX. Have you guys?
Oh, yeah.
No, what's 4DX?
Okay, so it's this thing that they're trying to they're trying to do like the the Dolby Atmos and all that kind of stuff. But in this, they have chairs that literally like move with the movie, like all the way around, like not just like just a little bit. What?
Where was it?
Around, like up and down.
No, where was the place?
Oh, where did I go?
Someone said, "Where did you go?" And he said, "Around."
The Regal
God.
Cinema. It was at the Regal Cinema. But it's this.
No, where did the chairs move? Did it go left and right? I'm sorry. Did they shake or what? I don't know the address.
But they shake and move. But the worst part of it is like that. So they also blow smoke in your face and water and shit. And then when people
like 5
people
Ds.
get punched, they literally punch you in the
Wait,
back.
shut up.
No, I'm not even joking.
This is how you saw the movie, or what are you?
That's how I saw the movie.
What?
Yeah.
What? They're just physically abusing people? It's like a carnival ride.
It's the worst thing ever. I thought it would be cool, but it wasn't.
Wait, human beings
So
come
that's
up
why
and
you went
punch
to see it twice, because you were like, how about not knocking my ass around? Wait, and I'll just have some popcorn.
I enjoyed it a lot more the second time.
Okay.
Hold up, Ben. Everybody in the theater gets a punch in the back by another human being?
It's by the chair.
No, it's the chair. It's all mechanical.
I think it's a dude that works there named Douglas comes up and...
the people work for the theater have sticks.
Yeah, so you're getting like the Bugs Life treatment where there's,
But you don't really mean...
exactly like that.
Anyway.
So at a point where it's actually kidney throttling you, like, is it really literally like a character in the movie is getting punched, or is it like we're going off a cliff, or something exploded?
It happens for a bunch of different things. Like,
is there any fucking in the movie?
I wish.
You could tell. No, there isn't.
No, not. It's a
Black
Disney.
Widow doesn't get Black Widow.
It's a Disney movie, so.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, he calls them underoos because it's like he's wearing like his stuff is made out of underpants.
But he made that. That would be stupid if that's what it was.
He doesn't make it though. Iron Man made his suit for him.
That's what I'm saying. So now he's calling him out by the under. That's like if I gave you a T-shirt and I was like, "Hey, T-shirt, you motherfucker."
Yes.
It's like that's your T-shirt. You put that on me so you can insult me with it. That's terrible.
That's like a Monopoly guy, but no.
Underoos is a product.
Yeah.
Right. And he's calling it Underoos. Underoos is a product that was in the late 70s that would have like Spider-Man's symbol on it and Batman's symbol on it, and he's calling them Underoos.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's Iron Man's style. He like gives everyone a nickname. At one point he calls.
I fucking know that.
Yeah, but Schraub, what are you?
Is Iron Man saying that? Like, he's referencing a thing that went out of style like decades ago.
Yeah,
that's how long.
Known for like Spider-Man underwear, so he's had merchandising since the 70s.
No.
You're talking about. So you're saying that Spider-Man? You're thinking that he's referencing Spider-Man like his own like branding.
His brand of Underoos is what
he's
saying.
looking at him when he's
but
talking
you're connecting
to him, right?
a dot there that I don't think is necessary. It's like not all Underoos were Spider-Man Underoos.
Yeah.
So there's Batman under. So he's going.
He's like Long Johns.
Because there's Batman Underoos.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Underoos.
No.
Because you got a bat on your chest and you're wearing
it's
a
like
gray
tights. Hey, tights. Hey, man who's wearing tights. Hey, asshole.
That I understand.
It's like that, but it's Underoos.
But when he
Doesn't
harass
make
like
sense.
Captain America all
It
the time
makes
because he's
sense.
wearing tights.
No, it doesn't.
You're just connecting a dot that they're not connecting for that reason.
It doesn't make sense.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Hollow Earth.
Are you gonna go see it in the movie, a theater thing?
Do you wanna go watch it with me?
If you take the seat that punches you in the kidney, I don't want to. We can just go see it regularly, right? I don't have
go
to have
see,
smoke blown in my face.
My favorite is just seeing it in AMC Prime because it's really comfy seats, and then like they have the Dolby Atmos.
And you get
which is
delivery
enough
overnight.
Technology for me.
That's Amazon Prime.
Hey, you know the guys that directed that movie? They used to direct my show, Community.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know how they got that job that way. They showed the paintball episode. I don't know why I'm angry.
They reference Community.
Where's my... Give me a superhero.
There's a Community reference in Civil War.
Do you mean Jim Rash is in it?
Yeah. He is the reference.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very brief cameo, and I was like, oh my god.
I launch a lot of stars, kid. If you live long enough...
Underoos are a t-shirt and briefs. There's no leggings, there's no armings, there's no gloves, there's no hood, there's t-shirt and briefs. And it's sometimes Wonder Woman, Batman, Spider-Man was a popular one. Doesn't make sense. Underoos. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense.
I will say it was a weird area, but I also can't say I can put my money where my mouth is as far as what Tony Stark should yell out when calling to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man! It's on the cover of his comic book that apparently probably exists in this universe too.
No, he does like question his name.
Why is his eyes squint?
Oh,
It's the robot.
Yeah, Tony Stark made his suit. He custom made it, and there's a part where he's talking about like the goggles that he wears, and like they're really like they really obscure your vision, but because his senses are so heightened, they actually help him see better. So I believe Tony Stark made them so that they adjust to
So
his
they can
eyesight.
squint to give him expression.
So is
and that.
Okay.
Is this version of Spider-Man? Is he does he have web shooters?
Yeah, he has web shooters.
Yeah.
He made the stuff himself.
So Peter Parker in this version of the Marvel universe is, in addition to getting bit by a radioactive spider, also is so smart that he can make web shooters.
Yeah, and that's what makes their relationship really work well in the
because they're both geniuses.
Yeah, exactly.
Except one of them is a superhero because he's a genius. The other one is a superhero because he's a genius and also got bit by a spider.
Here's another thing. So he got bit by a spider, and he got all the powers of a spider. He can crawl up walls. He's super strong. He can be telepathic, but he can't shoot webs.
Right, and also,
But the spider-
he
the
woke up
spiders
that morning. He's
know
like,
what they're
"How come I can walk on walls and can know what people and when danger is coming?" Typical spider shit. I'm connecting this dot to that spider that bit me. And as such, I'm going to use my previously untapped ability to create military-grade weaponry. I mean, that was the comic book. It was fine, but I'm just saying, like, I thought that was it's like in this world where the movie industry takes comic book properties that we love and kind of like demystifies them and like tries to jerk itself off for making everything real. That's nanobots. That's not just a magical comet. That's why you're made of stone and she can turn invisible. It's like nanotechnology. But one of the rare instances of I thought was the decision to make Peter Parker just a puberty myth and have him have like he mutated and he's shooting like fucking shit out of his wrists. I thought that was cool. Anyways,
that all comes from the movies, I believe, right? What's his name? Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm being an old man and saying like I love the old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. that's what I'm doing. I'm saying I thought that was a cool instance. I wasn't like jumping up and going in the comic book he invents like weird like the stuff with the tensile strength of steel that you could shoot, like the idea that a kid could do that, and then also that's the kid that got bit by a radioactive spider.
Is it true that he could shoot out of his feet too? In this one,
if he built a machine for it, they never expressed that at any point.
Right.
He might be able to shoot one out of his
Ben,
ass.
Who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Sorry, I missed.
Hashtag hot farts.
Come on.
I missed all.
Come on. Oh,
Spiders
Ben.
do it though.
Oh, Ben. Come on. Oh, Ben.
Maybe Spider-Man got bit by a spider that doesn't actually create silk. Do all spiders spin silk?
No, but
Probably.
you're misunderstanding.
Tarantulas, I don't think.
I'm saying that I'm not going to keep I'm saying that I thought it was a clean, nice simplification to say why don't you get all the powers from the spider bite?
Right, I agree.
Not have to have one in comic book. In that age of comic books, it was like fine. It was like that's the point of comic books. It was like punk rock to be like okay, and then he made these things and he does the thing.
When Tony Stark is seeing Spider-Man, this is the first time they've ever met.
He's been watching him closely, but
so this
is
is
the first time they met in person.
This is the origin.
It's really kind of creepy if you think about it.
It's the origin of Spider-Man, then, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So Tony Stark is aware of a product called Underoos, but didn't know that Spider-Man was one of the lions in the 70s.
Oh my God!
I think they're going. It's like a slightly alternate universe, like where like the superheroes. This is the first time they've ever existed, but like all the products and things that we like know and care about still like have happened.
Oh, okay.
Just without like branding of those characters.
DC Comics actually exists.
A person has volunteered that DC Comics exists in the because there's and vice versa, right? Because there's the joke of I'm sorry, no, not vice versa. The Tobey Maguire movie when she says, "Well, you're not Superman, right? You're not." Okay. Anyways, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite guy? Tony Stark.
Putting words in my mouth. I mean, like honestly. Iron Man is the most fun to watch, I think, but Captain America has the best movies.
Why do you think it is that? Well, yeah. Why do you think it is that? Like what? So if you look at Batman as folklore, like he's a guy who was born rich. He had tragedy befall him. He's a philanthropist. He's a playboy. He's a billionaire. He uses his money to make a bunch of shit. It's like the obvious parallels. Iron Man, like that's the big thing. Marvel, like. Even though he's not the most super, what do you have you thought about that? Do you think why do you think why do we like the superhero characters that we like in America? What It's okay if you haven't thought about it. I don't.
Oh yeah, no, I've totally thought about this, especially because like a lot of people like Batman the best, and Iron Man is obviously like a very like close equivalent. But I think one of the reasons why like people like Batman better is because he's like a lot darker and like has a lot more like intrigue in his past.
But we like the guys who aren't super. Even though it's from DC even to Marvel, it's like we like the not decidedly non-super superheroes. Like the superhero got invented, but then we settled into, well, I like this, but we can't can't have. I dated a victim that was getting her PhD. Nobody even laughed because they're like, yes, everyone you date is a victim. I dated a young lady who was full of light when I met her, and was getting her had her master's, was getting her PhD in media studies, and she indoctrinated me into this concept of American mythology having this really specific slant on hero mythology where we can't decide between the outlaw hero and the righteous hero. So in Deadwood, that's Swearingen and Timothy Olyphant, a character I can't remember. My brain is Swiss cheese because I'm more of an outlaw hero. But it's like we love our Han Solo with our Luke Skywalker. Like it's like caviar and the cracker. Like we want to. So what I can't figure out is that why we love in comic book mythology? Sure, we love the fantasy of a guy getting really so mad he can turn green and then he can fucking do all this shit that we want to do at the bank.
But they can't make a good Hulk movie.
But they can't make a good movie out of it because what we really like, ultimately, the thing that passes hands through all these studios and things, we like rich people. Because we don't want to be socialists, for God's sake. Like we like rich dudes that are playboys, but then that also decide, what am I doing with my life? I should be out there fighting for truth and justice, and they use all their money to make like stuff, and then they beat people up. So because we don't want to let go of the American dream, which is that one day we're going to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, well, it's still putting someone above you, like a god type figure.
But it's also saying but it's a fantasy fulfillment. We don't want to have when we do fantasy fulfillment, we don't imagine ourselves as John Henry. Like we don't go I want to race a steam engine and then die trying. like that's my guy. You know who I love? Jesus Christ. Woke up one morning, said I'm going to cause it like I sees it. Got nailed to a tree. I love him. I got him on all my T-shirts. But it's like Batman. He's like goes and breaks your spine because his parents got killed in an alley, and he's like, "Why me?" And we're like, "That's my man." And I do think it's because they have to be rich. Because not only does that make it feasible for them to do the things that they do, but also we have a fixation in our country where we're like, we don't want to fetishize the poor. We want to believe. We don't want to give up on the idea that we're entitled to become rich.
Yeah, capitalism works.
So if there was like a superhero comic that was like poor man, and it was like one day his parents got killed from malnutrition, and he decided to put a trash can lid on his chest and grab a heavy object and go out and fight the real injustice, property. And we would all be like, no, that's terrorism. That's terrible.
It sounds like a Bernie Sanders campaign commercial.
There's a guy with a Bernie shirt there. I'm playing to my.
Why do you think people like Batman over Iron Man?
Wait, do they?
That's what he said just now.
What? No, you never said that. Ben, don't let him put words in your mouth.
I kind of did, but
Batman. Well, Batman's
I hear
older.
more people talk about Batman than Iron Man. But especially like the comic book version of Batman, because the comic book version, at least up until recently, was more interesting. The version of Batman than the comic book version of Iron Man, because he was just kind of a rich guy and he didn't have like.
Iron Man was like waiting in the wings. I always loved him. I loved him before, and then I swear to God, he was my Pixies. And then Robert Downey Jr. was cast, and it was like holy shit. It was also like it kind of coincided with like we were people my age were like rooting for Robert Downey Jr. in a meta sense. It was like it's a perfect like coalition or whatever you call it, something with the word "co" in front of it. But it was like, and he did great. But that was a recent thing. Batman was like he was handed through different studios and television shows and mediums, and he just kept enduring because all he really does is Well, I mean, the things that kept accruing as that myth was handed through different studios are the things that popped for us. Like it was weird that the Batmobile was part of this mythology and not part of that, and but whatever sticks, it sticks, and then I'm boring myself. Batman's older. He's more like Paul Bunyan. He's closer to being folklore mythology. Iron Man is like a straight handoff from a comic book property to cinematic property, where they nailed it, and now we're really into him. But really, what he is he's Marvel's Batman.
I'm not a comic book guy at all. Are there any awesome women superheroes that you?
No.
Yeah, there is.
Nah.
Not a single one.
Are you flat earthing my question right now?
No. There just aren't any women superheroes.
No, there are. Are there ones?
No.
Well,
Ben says yes.
yeah. Well,
There's Wonder Man.
Wonder Woman, obviously.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite woman? Big Red?
Jean Grey. No,
I like Big Red because the cinnamon flavor was so powerful.
I like She-Hulk, actually. She's the lady version of the Hulk. I always thought she was pretty
And a lawyer.
And, yeah, she's a lawyer, and she shows up as the Hulk.
She hulks out in order to defend supervillains, right?
Yeah.
Not supervillains, but maybe she does. I don't know. I've never read the ones where she shows up as the lawyer. All I know is that she she got the powers because she was the Hulk's cousin, I think, and she got into a horrible car accident, and she could only live because Bruce Banner was the one who had the correct blood type, so he donated his blood. And she got the powers, and then was she liked it. She's okay with being the Hulk.
But she was already a lawyer before this happened, or did she go to past the bar as the Hulk? She went.
If it's not already comic book line, I would love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to. Okay. So, Ben, anything you're plugging? You got a new tap dance special coming up, or
I actually do. I actually do. I'm working on my thesis project for school.
You don't need to plug those. But
I've got an Indiegogo for it, and no one's donating to it.
Wait, no, wait. I don't understand. Your thesis needs funding?
Yeah,
Have we really gotten that bad? I thought we just eliminated arts education from grade schools. I didn't know college kids were now going. I want to write a thesis about.
Well, it's going on a really expensive vacation.
It's a short film. I'm making it's a modern day Western.
Okay, so you have an Indiegogo. Well, tell them about it and let them go check it out.
Yeah, sure. It's the project's called Guns Don't Lie. It's a modern day Western where these two guys who idolize the Western. who idolize the whole Western mythos and everything, dress up as cowboys and pull off a train robbery, and then modern technology and stuff gets in the way.
All right.
I would watch it.
You can find it on the Indiegogo. Just type in Guns Don't Lie.
Guns Don't Lie. All right. Thank you, Ben, for...
Thank you.
Ben also... Did you notice that Ben around his wrists...
I was going to ask. Ben, you have a series of... It's too late now. You have a lot of, look like band bracelets. Would you come back...
Wow. I'd rather speculate about it. I think he's so young that he's been to that many places in the last week.
Are they all from clubs, bars, bands, things like that?
Not a scissors convention, that's for sure.
Shots fired. Yes, it does. Yeah. All right. Well, what I was going to suggest is because I'm zeroing in, what if we created because I figure if a guy's a billionaire, right, and then he has technology and he uses it to fight crime,
and gets bit by something.
No, you're wrong. No,
take the bite away. Gets hit by something.
We could create a new superhero mythologies and cash in, but also that's just me trying to fill. I got Game of Thrones to watch. We could cut it early.
Do you know the only comic book that I ever read cover to cover? Scud.
Dan, did you ever read Scud cover to cover?
What was the deal with that bad guy in the beginning? Whatever happens to him, he doesn't really come back. Yeah.
He came back in the last 4.
What happened?
Got his legs cut off.
Yeah.
Why?
Fucked with Ben Franklin.
It's a great comic series.